What's up guys, Joseph Rackets here from josephracketsfitness.com, and today in this video I'm going to go over the best macro split to build muscle or lose body fat, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can calculate your macros according to your goals. Now first off, just to get started, I just want to give everyone a brief overview so you can understand macros and what they are. First off, macros are macronutrients, which is your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats. Now, there is 4 calories per 1 gram of protein. There is 4 calories per 1 gram of carbohydrate. And there is 9 calories per 1 gram of fat. So, once you understand that, you can understand how to work out and calculate your macros once you have determined how much calories you need. Now first off, we need to work out how much calories we need. An easy way to do that is basically just go to Google and type in TDEE calculator, which stands for Total Daily Energy Expenditure Calculator. And it's basically just a rough estimation of how much calories that you burn on a daily basis, giving a rough estimation. It'll never be 100% accurate as everyone's different, but it's just a rough guideline. You should better find a website where you enter in all the information, your height, weight, age, gender, daily activity levels, and from all that information that you provide, it'll give you a rough estimation of what your maintenance calories is. So let's just say we did that, and let's just say our maintenance calories, according to our stats that we put in, was 3,000 calories. Now, my advice is, if you are trying to bulk, I say go into a 300 calorie surplus. So that'll be 3,300. And my advice is, if you're going to cut, if you want to lose fat, go into a 500 calorie deficit, which would be 2,500. So I say a little bit more aggressive when you are cutting. You want to put yourself in a 500 calorie deficit. And if you are in a 500 calorie deficit, that means you are 500 calories short every single day. And so when you're short on energy, your body has to find that energy from elsewhere. That elsewhere is your stored body fat. So if you stay consistent with being in a calorie deficit, you'll get leaner and leaner and leaner the longer you diet. Now, I say a 300 calorie surplus because when you are in a surplus, that means you're consuming more calories than what your body needs. Hopefully you're training hard, hopefully you're training intense, and hopefully you are damaging and ripping your muscle fibers to signal to your body for those excess calories to be stored as muscle tissue. But usually during a bulking phase, you do get some fat gain. So that's why I always advise start off with a 300 calorie surplus instead of jumping straight into a 500. So, let's work out this guy's maintenance. We'll call this guy Bob. So let's just say we are bulking up and we're going to go for 3,300 calories. 3,300 calories. So our number of calories that we want to aim for every single day is 3,300 in order to put on muscle and in order to bulk up. Now, obviously, if you're cutting, dieting, it'll be 2,500. Now, how do we work out how much protein, how much carbs, and how much fats we need? We first have to determine what our lean body weight is. So, what is your lean body weight? Your lean body weight is your total body weight minus your estimated body fat percentage. So let's just say Bob was 220 pounds of total body weight at 15% body fat. Hopefully you guys can read my writing. I got the writing of a 6-year-old. Now, how do we work out how much his lean body weight is? What we do, we go 220 pounds minus 15% body fat equals 187. So his lean body weight is 187 pounds. Man, my writing is very bad. So, lean body weight is 187 pounds. We'll just circle that, or that's a square. We just square that so we know what our lean body weight is and what we're going to work our macros from. Now, why do we want to work our macros from our lean body weight instead of our total body weight? Because let's just say we're very overweight and we're, 280, 290 pounds, then your macros, your protein and your fat intake will be very, very high, and it wouldn't leave much room for your carbohydrate intake because we want to work our protein and our fats out first. So we always go by lean body weight because we want to work out how much lean muscle tissue we have on our frame, because that's what we want to base our protein, fat requirements off. Now, what we need to understand is when working at your macros, we have to first work out what is important and what is essential. Protein is essential. Protein is essential. There is your essential amino acids. Fats are essential. There is your essential fatty acids. Carbohydrates are non-essential. We don't need them. The human body does not need carbohydrates at all. Now, I'm not saying carbs are bad. Carbs are great. They are a great source of energy, contain lots of great vitamins and minerals, and I'm not saying you should avoid carbs. Carbs are great. They're just non-essential. There is no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. Protein's essential, fats are essential, carbs are non-essential. So, for this reason, I advise we work out our protein macros, our fat macros, and then depending on how much calories we have left, then fill up the remaining calories with carbohydrates. So, let's get started. First off, we are going to work out how much protein we need. Now, my advice and my recommendations is to consume 1 gram of protein per pound of your lean body weight. So, 1 gram of protein per pound of our lean body weight is down there. That means we need 187 grams of protein per day as a minimum requirement. So, protein minimum requirement is 187 grams. Now, that is the minimum requirement. It can be more, but I don't advise consuming less. So let's just round it up to say 200 grams. Seems reasonable. So we're going to round that up to 200 grams. Fats. We now want to work out our fat intake. So for fat intake, my personal recommendations is 0.4 grams of fat per pound of our lean body weight. So we're going to go 0.4 times 187 equals 74. So 74 grams of fat is how much we need per day. That is for optimal brain function, hormone regulation, testosterone production, all of that good stuff. Fat is important for your hormones, so we don't want to go too low. So 74 grams is what we need. Let's just round it up to 80 grams. Okay, now we want to work out how much carbohydrates we have in our diet. So how do we do that? First off, we have to understand we have 3,300 calories. So we have to work out how much calories we have here. So this is where it gets a little bit complicated. Now, there is 4 calories per 1 gram of protein, and we have 200 grams of protein. So what we are going to do is 200 times 4 equals 800. So we've currently got 800 calories here. 800 calories. Now remember, there is 9 calories per 1 gram of fat. We've got 80 grams. So what we're going to do is 80 times 9 equals 720. calories. So what we are going to do is we're going to work out how much calories we have left to fill with carbohydrates on this 3,300 calorie diet. So 3,300 calories minus 800 calories minus 720 calories equals 1,780. So we've got 1,780 calories left. Now, there is 4 calories per 1 gram of carbohydrate. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 1,780 divided by 4 equals 445. 445 grams. And that right there is how we work out our macro split in regards to building muscle or losing body fat if we went for this calorie intake. Obviously, if we went for 2,500 calories trying to lose fat, then our carbohydrate intake would be a lot lower because we don't have as much calories in our diet. Now, these are the macros that I advise and that I recommend. You can go higher in protein and you can go higher in fat. All that would mean is just your carbohydrate intake would be lower. Now, my personal preference is to try and meet the minimum requirements and then put the remaining of your calories as carbohydrates, as carbohydrates are your body's best source of energy and fuel. So it makes sense to put the majority of your calories coming from carbs. Obviously, if your calories are super low, carbs is probably going to be right down low as well. But this is part of dieting and it's what you have to do to get to where you want to be. Anyway, that is a brief overview of how to work out your protein, your carbs, and your fats. So I hope you found that easy to understand and I hope you can now work out how much calories you need in order to reach your goals, whether that be building muscle or losing body fat. Now, if this is too complicated and you do want me to work out the diet for you based around how much calories you need, from my own formula where I work out calories, not from Google. And if you want me to work out how much protein, carbs, fats that you need for your specific goals, and you want me to put that into a meal plan based around the foods that you love and enjoy, I would love to help you out and I'd love to have you as one of my JRF clients. So if you do want to become a JRF client and get amazing results like all of my clients around the world, you can click the link below in the description box down below. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you check out the rest of my videos on my channel for more great content. And I'll see you in the next video.